start out? Where y'all want to start out? Gonna start with Shedeur?
I think we got to start with
Come
Shedeur.
on, we got to start with Shedeur Sanders. Run it up.
Yeah,
Shedeur
Shedeur finally got drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round pick. You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, did y'all see the prank that was played on him?
I see.
No,
that.
we saw the
Yeah,
prank.
we saw
For
it.
sure, we seen the prank. So
I
he
seen
was
a lot-
supposed to go first round. He was top 5 back in the couple months ago during the season or something like that. Deion did an interview. We ironically talked about the Browns. Like, man, if the Browns pick my son, I'm gonna have to pull an Eli Manning. It's not happening.
That's crazy.
Then Shedeur had an interview right before the combine, and he was popping in like, man, I'm coming to win. So if your franchise ain't got a winning culture or you ain't trying to lead with a winning culture, do not draft me.
Mhm.
So he was popping. He went out, got a $100,000 chain. He was literally scheduled to go at least top 5, and bam, first round go, no Shedeur. Second round go, everybody's looking like, damn, they keep drafting everybody over Shedeur. Then he finally gets a phone call on a cell phone that he bought just for the draft. So only NFL personnel had the number to this phone. So he's like, for sure, I'm getting drafted. They say, boom, 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 boom.
The Gilligans.
You gotta wait a little longer. So now he looking dumb.
No, clarify that. That was a Gilligan's Island. Them niggas wasn't real niggas that did that.
No. What I'm saying is that was one of the NFL owners' alleged sons
Wow,
who was
that's
involved in
that's
that.
even more
So
crazy work.
it was.
You think they set that up?
Hold on, no, because the video's already out.
He was
So
at Ole Miss.
I'm about to
I'm
look.
just asking you. Do you think the NFL owners could have
Like kind of did a collusion type thing, like how they did Kaepernick?
I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna let my sons expose it.
Of course he did, because like I said, he bought the phone and only NFL personnel had the number. So the rumor is the Falcons DC Jeff Ulbricht's son, Jax, was allegedly behind the prank. So there's a video out of them doing the prank live. So they put the video of Shedeur answering the call, then they got the video of them two doing the prank call. So the NFL seems to be in collusion on some Kaepernick stuff. And my overall analysis of it was all of this was to humble not only Shedeur, but Deion, because anytime you a young black man and you walk in your confidence, people think you overly cocky, and that becomes threatened, and people want you to lower yourself to make them feel more comfortable. So the fact that he's popping it before he even drafted, like, if you don't want to win, don't draft me. Who he think he is? Yeah, Deion your dad, but so what? It's almost like the LeBron James effect. They want to shit on you extra hard because your dad's a legend. So now they want you to lower yourself so they can feel better. But what did y'all guys think of that? Because to me, the NFL is trying to send a message to Deion, to Shedeur, and to every future black draftee. Like, hey, you're going to come in this league humble, or you ain't coming in at all damn near.
I want to say, right-handed God, I pray Shedeur has his way. I pray Shedeur has his way with the Browns, because we know the Browns, they have potential, but we know that's damn near an extinct place for you to go as a quarterback. But I pray he proves people wrong. But at the same time, they didn't have this same smoke for Eli Manning's family. When they did that, they didn't have this same smoke for John Elway and them when they decided that niggas wasn't going wherever they wanted to go. So, of course, they're going to say you making it about a race thing. I'm not even trying to make it about a race thing. It's about being cocky, being confident. They want to shut your light out. When your lamp is lit, they want to put it out. We know this. They're trying to make an example, like you said, Colin Kaepernick or anybody that stands up for anything. They want to make an example. You get out of pocket, and this is the difference. Shedeur didn't need the money from the man. He didn't need none of that. So y'all couldn't bribe him with a contract or to sign to anybody. So now they felt like, well, we're gonna make an example, put him 5th round in the draft. But remember, Brady was 6th round in the draft, and he became the GOAT.
And the NFL is notorious for, not really knowing where quarterbacks should be. They get picked in the later round, and they end up doing good anyway. In my opinion, this is a blessing in disguise for Shedeur, because he's getting a taste at this moment of what it's going to be, than the monster the NFL can be towards him. Now, I'm sure his pops has already prepared him to a certain degree for it, but I think he's getting a taste of what it's going to be on his own. Because at the end of the day, he's going to have to fight against the NFL on his own. He's going to have to deal with the defamation. He's going to have to deal with the doors being shut, or people, spreading rumors or not believing in him because of his father's name, but also his own. So to me, this is a blessing in disguise, because it's giving him a taste beforehand, and now he's just getting the knowledge to me to be like, you know what? This is what I should be expecting when I come into this league. So now I got to work extra hard. I got to be extra resilient because these niggas is trying to keep me down. So it's a blessing in disguise. He got picked. They both got picked. But there's definitely some hands in there trying to keep him down. So I think he should just take this and add it as more fuel to the fire.
I think he should have just went undrafted at this point. He dropped it so low at this point. It kind of, he would have had a better chance of picking the teams that he should have went to as an undrafted free agent. Right now, the Browns got like 4 quarterbacks. They got Deshaun Watson, they got Joe Flacco,
2 others,
and then they drafted Dylan from Oregon. At this point, bro, by him being so popular, even if he does make the team and he doesn't start, he's going to be the most popular quarterback not playing. Because as soon as Deshaun Watson or Joe Flacco, whoever starts this year, as soon as they make a mistake, the fans is going to be yelling out for Shedeur just because of what prime time brings, his pops alone. So at the end of the day, it's going to be an unfair circumstance for the starting quarterback if Shedeur doesn't start. And
I want to ask you this.
I really wish, now I was about to say this, I really wish he was able to be an undrafted free agent so he could have went to Jacksonville with my boy Trevor. You get what I'm saying? So they could have had that connection and maybe he could have fought for the number 1 position for Trevor Lawrence.
How you feel about I want to ask you 2 questions. So you feel like he should have been undrafted, but undrafted doesn't mean he necessarily gets to pick where he wants to go.
Well, if they invite him, though, certain teams can invite you. You get what I'm saying?
And basically, a lot of teams, and they came out. Byron, I need you to look that up real quick.
He passed on some teams.
The Giants tried to get him, but they said they didn't like how he was late to the meeting or didn't handle it, and they didn't fuck with him just based off of that. So,
but he also showed the Giants love when he was still in Colorado with the custom-made cleats.
That's not what I'm saying. It's a business. So what I'm saying is if you don't show up and we tell you we need you to be here to the 3rd, you don't show up. You're not serious.
When
you're not bigger than the program.
Yes, you are. When you're the quarterback of the team, yes, you are. Bro, if Tom Brady was saying the meeting starts at 11 o'clock and he walks in at 11:15.
But that's Tom Brady after 3-4 rings, though.
Michigan was not Tom Brady.
I'm saying once you get a step, bro, listen. All right, prime example, homie. When Eli said he wasn't going to the San Diego Chargers, he didn't prove himself yet. And he still had to.
What I'm saying is, if we give you an opportunity, you didn't have to prove yourself yet. But if I tell you a meeting is at 10 o'clock and you don't show up at 10 o'clock, why would my organization want you? Nigga, you're not taking this serious as you say.
No, what I'm saying is when you the guy, bro, they build around you.
I don't care about you being a guy at this point. This is my business. You're not that guy that you think you are at this point for my business. You're not the guy I'm aligned
with. What has Cleveland has done to be successful in the last 30 years?
He's also a rookie quarterback.
It don't matter,
Baker
bro.
Mayfield.
They traded everything to get Deshaun Watson for potential. But when he did at Houston, I'm just saying
that wasn't potential. That was because we knew what Deshaun Watson was capable of.
You talking about Houston in the NFL though?
The Houston Texans.
What I'm saying is somebody coming out of college, bro.
Yeah.
He's
show
not
up to
that
a job
guy yet.
interview. You show up to a job interview 30 minutes late. Nigga, you're not getting the job.
He has his own brand right now, bro. He already has a following. He's going to off tops coming.
Ruckus, go ahead, get on him.
I think, hold on, before you go, I think the NFL, and you kind of colluding with, you kind of conflating the NFL with the NBA, where it's like the NBA will take somebody based off of this is going to get jersey sales. This is going to be a big thing. We're going to get ticket sales. The NFL is still ran to a certain degree like a plantation in a way, where it's like, hey, you do what we say, you do X, Y, and Z, or you don't get certain things. So I don't think the NFL, being a prestigious organization that they are, is going to look at Shedeur and say, oh, we need a couple 100,000 more ticket sales or a couple more 100,000 jersey sales. Let's let you just do whatever we want. It's our team over you. The point is to break you down and build you up within the team that you're going to be in.
The point is they don't give a fuck about Deion Sanders being your father. You're not Deion. You're good. You are not great. It's Deion. You're not Deion. You coming in as prime. You're not prime time. Go ahead, Ruckus.
The thing is like this. Show you sounding like a straight fan right now. we must be giving an objective take of this situation. And what I will tell you, which is inarguable, is the NFL is still running like a successful business because it is a successful business. Want me to give you an example, a contrast? Look at the NBA. The NBA is doing exactly what you're suggesting be done with LeBron and Bronny, and their viewership is down by 44%. The NBA is dying right now.
It's true.
Why? Because instead of being a business like it's supposed to do, they capitulated to the idiotic fans, and they became a activist league. Then they became a league that is promoting or perpetuating cronyism and nepotism. Everybody knows that Bronny James should not be nowhere
We
near.
can't blame Bronny for the 44%.
We're gonna blame him because he's the
We
most.
can't
don't
blame
blame
Bronny for the 44%.
Listen,
Ruckus, I gotta set you down with that.
Yeah, we not
One
no
person,
Bronny
bro.
hates.
Hey, can we get
He
this?
ain't even started.
Can we get this opposite, contrasting opinion, conflicting opinion out? Listen, the reason why I will blame Bronny, right? It's not all his fault, but Bronny is the most high-profile example of nepotism ever in sports. This man averaged 2 points a game in college and got a $7 million contract from the Los Angeles Lakers. If you would have told somebody that in 1995, they would have said this must be a fiction novel, nigga. Like, this can never happen.
No. We agree. Let's stick on the draft, though.
Nah, but tell him that he came back from a fucking heart problem and everything.
Yeah, that's even more
that
reason
should
why he
drop
shouldn't have
his
did.
It
stock.
don't matter about you.
Hey,
shit.
hold
Hold on.
Let
Let's
me
stick
keep
on the
going.
topic. Stick
Let's
on the
stay
topic because
topic.
we're going off topic now.
So the point I'm making is this. Like you said earlier, Messiah, Shedeur is not Deion Sanders. Shedeur, the NFL wants to keep their business successful. And they know that if they just gift Shedeur a position or allow bro to come in doing whatever the hell he wants to, that alienates a lot of their fans because that goes against the very culture and essence of what the National Football League stands for. The National Football League is built on what? Meritocracy. That is why black people have been able to be successful in the NFL for decades, because it ain't about black, white. It ain't about who's whose son and who's whose cousin. It's about you run a 4.3, he run a 4.7. You're the starter. You could catch, he don't catch as well as you. You're the starter. You can read a defense, he can't read a defense. You might be the coach's son, but guess what? He's starting. Whereas in the NBA, something like the NBA, you got like Doc Rivers' son. Bro was trash.
Austin Rivers.
Bro was getting minutes in like playoff games, and he was like, in my opinion, a G League player at best.
You said who?
Austin
He was
Rivers.
he was a phenom in high school and
Austin Rivers
college.
was a hooper.
Hey, hold
Phenom.
on. But this,
He was a hooper, but if you took the equation out, look, once he was no longer playing for his father, what happened to him? So you could say he's a hooper, but he's getting.
so what's your overall point,
my
though?
overall point
So Short
is,
can respond.
My overall point is Shedeur Sanders
Got a long
did things. Oh yeah, the best.
Yeah,
long
yeah.
win-
We got
yeah.
5 today.
Listen,
We got you feel
okay,
me?
So look,
Let's keep
Shedeur
it-
Sanders did things that dropped his draft stock. Like being late to the meeting. Son, these are billionaires. Everyone else sees you as special, but if we could get rid of Antonio Brown, who didn't accomplish
Ruckus,
things.
was he not blackballed?
No, he wasn't blackballed because
He was blackballed.
No, because
He
look,
was better than a lot of them quarterbacks that was
There's
drafted.
many
Nigga,
people.
on St. Chris.
There are many people.
Kyle was better than a lot of them quarterbacks that was drafted before him.
There are many people.
Let's short talk.
Hold
in
on.
the same
Let's short rebuttal. Let's short rebuttal.
I'm gonna just say this: Tim Tebow's not a better quarterback than Shedeur, and he got drafted.
Don't beat Tebow though.
No,
man.
I'm just saying.
No, let's stick with the ones that was in the draft.
I'm saying, as far as Ray Lewis, he had a murder case. You get what I'm saying? Warren Sapp, Lermy Tunsil
Sure, you
got
killing your point.
what I'm
Can you
saying.
name
No,
it?
let
listen,
him go. Let him
listen.
get it off.
What I'm
That
saying
nigga
is,
legend.
people
Let
been
him get it
exposed
off.
for the worst things and still got drafted number 1. This dude ain't never had a negative stench on his record, bro. He went to different programs and changed them around, bro. He went to Jackson and made them relevant. He went to Colorado, turned them. They only won 1 game the season before. They won 4. Then the next season, they won and actually damn near almost made the playoffs. What I'm saying is, he alone, as the quarterback, he is the star of the show. You have to command. And he set the tone for Colorado, bro.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say.
I
He
agree.
changed the whole fucking culture. Cleveland does not have a culture as a franchise. You're talking as an NFL as if each individual isn't a franchise. The Cleveland Brown is not known for winning. He brings winning on. His dad is a winner.
But this is the difference, though, Short. This is the difference. The NFL is not like the NBA, where if you're a superstar, the NBA will overlook some things because more of an individual, you can take over the game more in the NBA. The NFL don't care. It's the next. I know, but it doesn't matter.
You're
It's
right.
the next man up. No matter how great you were in college, That does not equal success in the NFL. Look at Reggie Bush. Bro was a video game
Now let's
in
talk
college.
about the quarterback aspect.
No,
dog.
I know. I'm talking about the quarterback, but I'm
It's-
just saying I'm using that as an example of how the skill doesn't always automatically translate to the league.
But it's
and
like-
hold on. God damn, nigga. Can I get my bars off? God damn. Not even just, okay, let's stick to the quarterbacks. How many USC quarterbacks went crazy at SC? Came to the league, trash. Almost all of them, minus one. And Shedeur, I'm telling you, I was listening to ESPN radio. The announcer literally said, it's not his skill. His problem is he's being too cocky and he feels he needs to humble himself. That was literally the message of the show that day after he didn't get drafted. The overall analysis was humbleness. They said, yeah, he can learn some humbleness. They don't like the cocky attitude. Deion already popping his shit.
So
He already went to Colorado.
Do you agree or not agree?
Of course, it was colluded. The whole NFL made phone calls to each other and was like, we're about to humble this boy because if we allow him to do this, imagine what the next draft class is going to do. They're going to feel like the players are starting to take the control. It's almost like Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. People like, you the owner, bro. Why you got your hand in so much stuff? Because he's looking at it as, I'm the final word. I don't care who you are. You're expendable. This is the NFL, not for long.
But
I will find another you.
Do
But
you
the
think he
NFL
should be humble though?
But look,
No, hell
No.
That's my
He
question.
shouldn't
Absolutely
say that.
not.
He shouldn't be humble. Stay who you are. This is
Let
why
me-
This is why he is great in the first place. This is why he is who he is. No matter what. Now he's given opportunity. He has to go show and prove. But it's fucked up because he's on the fucking Browns, where we know niggas that go to the Browns, they fucking careers get shredded. Deshaun Watson was never who he was before he went to the Browns. Deshaun Watson he turned the Texans into being something. Texas was trash before Deshaun got over there. Nigga, what they had, what was the nigga, what was the quarterback number, the fucking Carr brother?
Yeah, Carr.
No, it wasn't Derek Carr. It was the other Carr brother. Nigga, that was trash before Deshaun Watson got over there.
You saw my bad. Go ahead.
Before Deshaun Watson got them allegations, nigga, they was trash. All I'm saying is I hope Shedeur can turn the Browns into something because Baker Mayfield showed a spurt of what they could be when he got over there. And then he got over there and got to Tampa and became something better. We know this, nigga. So all I'm saying is Shedeur got blackballed. They fucking hated on Cub because who his pops is and who he is, it don't matter. Keep standing on what you're standing on, nigga. This is bigger than just the NFL. People can say what they fucking want to say about me. This is bigger than NFL, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. He shouldn't humble himself, nigga. He should feel he the best. He should feel he's what he is, nigga. That's what made him who he was. All them niggas, them the quarterbacks that I drafted before Cup, besides like one quarterback,
Cam
was
Ward.
better than him, nigga.
But you have to.
None of them quarterbacks is 5th round draft pick, nigga. No, nigga. He shouldn't have came in the 5th round.
Let me say this. You listen. The NFL has millions of people depending on them to eat every day. You know, you have to get ahead of this situation. What we're looking at is the new environment that's created by what? The NIL deals, right? Where you got these already cocky young dudes, even more emboldened because now they got $1 million in their pocket before they ever sign a contract.
Are they more cocky because of that? Or was he cocky because of what he showed?
Listen, the NFL, I believe it's a mixture of both.
He changed the culture over there.
Listen, even though you did well, you didn't even make the playoffs. Even though you did well, you weren't the top quarterback in college. I love Shedeur Sanders. I watched every game, and I don't even watch college football. Love it. Travis Hunter couldn't be Travis Hunter without Shedeur Sanders throwing those balls. I know that. But at the same time, I understand where an NFL owner is coming from. We can't let this cancerous mindset enter into our league because we're already dealing with a bunch of out of control.
I hate you right now, Ruckus.
I know, but we're already. That's good. Let's let it breathe for the content. But what I'm saying is, you were already dealing with some hyper egotistical individuals already, like Antonio Brown and all these dudes. Could you imagine?
They was the truth.
Could you, bro? But they killed their own careers in the long run.
They
what
was
about
the truth. Antonio
Messiah,
Brown. Hold on.
Hold on, because I'm in agreement with Ruckus. I gotta agree with Ruckus.
Let a complete thought get given out.
No, for sure. I agree. I agree with Ruckus because the NFL is used to you coming from the projects, broke, no money in college, eating noodles, you sitting on your family's couch, humble, happy to even get drafted. Like, oh my God, we finally hit the lotto. Now that the NIL is here, They already seeing that money in college, so they coming with a new chip on their shoulder.
Hold on,
Hold on.
He was rich before that, though.
No,
so we
I
can't
know. You
use
didn't even
that.
let me get the point out, nigga. Goddamn.
Because y'all using NIL. He was
Right,
before prime.
right. But I'm just saying that this is what they're trying to avoid. He came rich because he's Deion's son, so he was well off. So he didn't come with that. Oh, thank you for drafting me.
But I said this
He's
already.
coming sitting in his power. But these kids who are getting NIL, they're going to start having that attitude as well. And the NFL is looking forward years from now, going, if we don't get a hold of this now, it's going to be out of control. The whole league's going to be the Antonio Browns. The whole league is going to be these wild cards where now we can't control it.
So
But
y'all
take-
agree?
hold
So
on,
hold on. Let me ask him one thing, Kali. I'm going to let you go right now. So y'all agree that he should have been drafted in the 5th round?
We
No.
never said that.
Because y'all say, you just sat here and said,
Let-
you agree with Ruckus based
I'm
off
saying
of
this is
what-
why they did it. I'm not
We know
agreeing
why
with
they
them
did
doing it.
But I'm just saying that my stuff, that's my whole point. It doesn't matter if he's you the main nigga that talk about I shouldn't be humble for shit.
I didn't say be humble.
I
We're
have
just
hold on,
speaking on why they did it. We're not in
another-
agreement, nigga.
Another thing is, let's take your analogy of the job interview, right? And this could give credence to what Brandon is saying is, if I walk into a job interview, how you said you're 10 minutes late or 30 minutes late, then I walk in also and say, I already got the job. Do you think that the employer is going to feel more inclined to hire you at that point? You came 30 minutes late and you're already acting as if you have the job and we should just give it to you. Do you think they would be more inclined to hire you then or be less inclined because of your attitude to a certain degree?
Say my work, say my work, say my work. If you see my work was better than his shit, it's not gonna matter about that. That's what it's gonna overall come up to.
That don't always matter though.
For the most part, it is.
So look,
If his attitude is better than yours, I can
might
get
be-
his work to yours.
Nigga, I don't care. I'm not trying to get his work to yours. I need your work now, nigga.
So I agree.
need your work
That's not
now.
how it
You see
works
what I'm
though.
saying?
I agree with what you're saying. So listen, I'm gonna say this for a culture Stanford because we're talking about the quarterback position. At
So
the
niggas
end of the
didn't
day,
say none of this with Eli Manning,
no,
though.
no, listen. Let me get my point off, bro.
Eli
When he
Manning
walked in,
Hold on,
when
let
you
it
walked
keep
in
going.
30 minutes late, for sure, bro. That's gonna
That
look
was
like
one
that's gonna
organization.
again. That's cool. Let me finish. Look. He walked in 30 minutes late. You can still work around it. Hey, check this out, bro. I understand you late. We love your talent, but moving forward, we don't work on that time schedule. We need you to adjust with this because we do believe in you. And if you want us to promote you, you got to work like this. It's a compromise you got to have. At the end of the day, bro, I'm about to really speak facts. So we all football fans.
Man, get on
all of our
niggas,
teams,
son.
all of our teams have won because our quarterbacks became great. Jalen Hurts. The Eagles wasn't shit before Jalen Hurts got there. They didn't win the Super Bowl until they traded Golf. We didn't get
chill
good
out on
until
the
we
Eagles,
didn't
the
get good
Eagles
until we
shit.
got Tom Brady, bro.
We beat Brady.
What
nigga.
I'm saying is
Chill
this:
out.
we beat y'all in the Super. Bro, listen, y'all can't. One point is this, man. No, real
beat
talk. No,
Brady.
I'm letting you know the quarterback sets the tone for the organization. It's not the linebacker. It's not the cornerback. It's not the wide receiver. It's all about who. Antonio Brown came to the Buccaneers because Tom Brady vouched for him. Bruce Arians did not want him there because he knew what he was. He vouched for him because he trusted Brady. When you are the head employee of the face of the franchise, it's the quarterback. Shedeur is going to bring the notoriety. He's going to bring the leadership. He's going to bring the talent because people want to be associated with prime time, bro.
His energy
Also,
be-
is
No,
this
no,
the
energy
first time?
captivating, bro.
Is this the first time that somebody's draft pick has been knocked down
Lamar
due to
Jackson.
attitude? Due to attitude.
Lamar Jackson, I don't care. Lamar Jackson was the 31st pick.
Masai,
Let me tell you this. Lamar Jackson was the 31st pick. They told that nigga he need to be a fucking wide receiver. Michael Vick, they told you need to be something else besides a quarterback. All these black quarterbacks that came into the fucking league was told they needed to be something else than what the fuck they was, nigga.
Hey, come on, let's keep the profanity to a minimum.
Okay.
But you're comparing apples to oranges.
No, I'm not because what I'm saying is Lamar Jackson is a what? 3-time MVP?
But listen, what I'm telling you is you can't take one negative that they thought they had identified in one quarterback and another negative that they identified in somebody
Shedeur
else.
was better Shedeur was better than every single quarterback besides maybe the first quarterback that got drafted.
There has not
Are
been
you
a
smoking?
there has not been
the
a
fifth round pick.
There has not been a single GM who has questioned Shedeur's ability. Everything with Shedeur is his attitude.
I don't care.
Listen,
we can
but
correct that.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Let him go.
What people got to understand is this. Football is a team sport. Even if you do love this guy, I could say Viral's the number one recruit in the
Is he not a team player?
But wait.
For what you know, is he not a team player?
But listen, what Show is not going to tell you, even though he knows it's true, when you're entering into the NFL, you're not dealing with college kids no more. You dealing with people who have been in the league for 10 years. People have been 12 years. Wait 1 second. They're bringing him in. The veterans are thinking like this. Bro, I got 2 Super Bowls. This young punk coming in here acting like he's God gift to everything. At the end of the day, Shedeur could be a bust for anybody knows.
Hey.
Their job is to win NFL championships. And they look at you in one way. Will this dude help us win a championship or not? And if you bring somebody like that through the door, he's acting like his shit don't stink, like he's God's gift to everything. Will that help my team reach that goal?
Do y'all got headphones? Hold on. Before the question.
One question. Who did the Giants pick up?
I don't know.
Jackson Dart.
He was a bum.
No, I didn't want you to answer that short because I wanted them to answer it. Nobody, nigga. Nobody that we nobody that we know. The Giants picked up a nobody besides Shedeur.
Listen,
nobody.
We all are in agreement that he got screwed over.
I'm not in agreement with that.
Okay, you're the opposite end. Okay, but what I'm saying is more factors than that. It's literally his attitude. Like Kali said, if you walk in during a job interview, telling the CEO of the company that you're trying to get a job from, hey, if you want to give me this job, we got to run this company like this. Don't hire me if we're not doing this, and this.
Just
and then expecting to get the job. Not only that, Deion said a lot of things during interviews that I believe knocked him down. So do you got headphones? Because I'm going to play it. Hold on, because I'm going to play it.
I got mine.
I'm going to play it.
Damn, you don't got none?
No.
They can hear it.
Hold on.
One of them is going
Shedeur, I'm rocking with you, bro. I'm rocking with
Hold
you.
on, let me play it.
One of them is going to be
I'm playing it, goddamn.
The latter one would not go. One of them is going to be one.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is going to be
speaking
one.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4. Now, all this is subjective because
Just lay the motherfuckers down.
I know where I kind of want them to go. And let's not forget Shallow, okay? But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli. One of them is gonna be one.
So basically, what he said was he was pre-picking where he should get picked, and he literally is telling the NFL, there's certain cities my son is not going, or we're pulling the Eli. So right then and there, you're trying to muscle the NFL and telling the world you're bigger than the NFL. That's why he literally went to the one team, the one city that his dad went out on national television in front of the world and said, my son ain't playing here. And that was a direct threat to the NFL. They said, what? He ain't playing where? He going at what pick? All right, watch this.
Let me say this too.
So what does that mean? That means the NFL all agreed on we're going to send this one black person to the team that he don't want to go.
But I was gonna say, do we find him guilty for what his father said? Like you can't cast a sin on what your father did.
What does the Bible say? The sins of the father fall on the son.
Man, this
But
nigga crazy.
The sins of the father will fall on your son.
Bars out?
But I'm just saying though, fam, like at the end of the day, Deion is not coming in to play quarterback. He is. Shedeur is just following his father's lead because that is his coach and his father at the same time. He's in a unique situation where he has no say-so because at the end of the day, once he leaves practice, that's still his dad. So he has to kind of like go at her. And then if he goes against his father, that's going to look bad as if, okay, well, he has family drama. Like they going to always perpetuate us as being like negative or something like a stereotypical black family. No, he doesn't have a good father. Oh, now him and his father don't get along. It's like he couldn't win, bro, in the situation with Prime being his father, fam.
I agree that it's a difficult situation for them to navigate, but I do think Deion coming out and making certain statements is not going to help him, get a certain pick in the NFL. I think that, and again, parents, when you're a parent, you want the best for your kid. And I think that sometimes you could maybe be too abrasive in that approach.
Should he be penalized for what Deion said?
You could sometimes be too abrasive in that approach. And at the end of the day, we're picking up Shedeur. We're not picking up Deion. So if we have Deion going around on media tours talking about what my son isn't and is going to do, that could be looked at as, okay, even though we're getting Shedeur, we're getting Deion's mind, we're getting Deion's advice, we're getting Deion's choices at the end of the day, and we're picking Shedeur. So Shedeur has to make his own decisions, and if they're going to constantly be influenced by Deion, that might not be what we want at the end of the day.
How are they influenced by Deion going on a rant and getting on social media and doing what he chooses to do? At the end of the day, it does not matter. Y'all didn't have no smoke for Eli Manning and his family.
But those
the Manning family right now, what's his name? Arch Manning right now. No, the young one right now.
Arch.
He's going to go where they want him to go. Y'all didn't have no smoke
But
for
he's
that.
not even
no,
starting.
the NFL didn't have no smoke when Eli didn't want to go to wherever he wanted to go.
But
Eli went to the Giants because his father said he's not playing for no weak-ass team.
But Messiah, you got to realize Eli Manning, they daddy, Archie, all them dudes, they wasn't going around on interviews acting like they was going to tell
I don't care. This
No,
man-
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on, let him
listen.
go.
We got to care about these things because they're just the truth. Those dudes handled it better than Deion Sanders handled it. And at the end of the day, with great power comes great responsibility. We hear that Spider-Man, Superman, everything. They do have the power. But just because you could doesn't mean you should. What you have to understand is Cam Shepard, the guy who went number one.
Cam Ward,
Cam Ward. Went number one draft pick. Bro comes from a two-parent home. He's African-American. He's respectful. He's humble. He's all these things. When I look at him, this is a piece we can take, immediately insert, and I ain't got to deal with no BS in the locker room, which will kill your team's ability to win.
Shedeur had BS in the locker room?
With the attitude that Shedeur was having.
Did he have BS in his locker room?
What I'm telling you is this.
Or did he rally his team to win?
With the attitude, that is college, this is the NFL.
You keep saying that, but did he have ever problems?
What are
you going off
It's
of?
not-
He
listen.
never had problems in his locker room.
It's the way that Shedeur will be perceived by veterans.
Hey, look.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
When you are coming in as a young pup into these leagues, they want you humble. You can be cocky. You can know you're great and have great confidence in your ability. But the way bro came late to a meeting with a damn GM, bro, I don't even know one NFL GM. I ain't showing up late. The way bro is, he already is presenting a certain image for his NIL deal, but now they're saying this ain't just him presenting an image for the sake of business. Now he's letting that shit get to his head, and he think he can do this when it comes to meeting with people who are way above his pay grade. I don't think they're wrong for what they're doing. I don't think they were racist against him. I believe that they taught him a very important lesson. That the same lesson any of us showing up to work late, not being humble at work, acting cocky, would be taught.
Do we really know that's the truth, though?
He dropped his...
Brandon, let me ask you this. Do we really know that's the truth? Do we really know he showed up to something late? Even though I said this in the beginning of what we heard, do we really know that's the truth? The same niggas that play pranks on this nigga about getting drafted to a whole nother team.
But hold on. We gotta be real here. Hold on, because I'm about to end it. We went on for like 40 minutes on this. We're gonna go around in circles. We have to go on the facts. We can't sit here and say we don't. Goddamn, nigga, can I finish?
You didn't even let me finish.
Because we went for 40 minutes. It's gonna go an hour on Shedeur. The bottom line, we can only go on the facts that we have. We can all say we don't care about this and don't care about that. It doesn't matter what we care about. Doesn't matter what Shedeur cares about. Doesn't matter what Deion cares about. It matters about what the GMs and the NFL care about. And they're showing you live, this is what they care about. They're looking at Deion going on Gillian Wallow, going on NFL this, going on this pod that, and his son ain't even been drafted. Yeah. And he's causing all this ruckus. So if I draft your son, I'm not just getting Shedeur, I'm getting Deion and his superstar influence that anytime the franchise does anything Deion and Shedeur don't like, I got to worry about them going on a fucking press run. And then the team and the owners got to deal with that. So they like, man, fuck that.
Hey, Viral.
We're about to humble him.
These niggas talking about staying on code. These niggas ain't staying on code, nigga.
It ain't about staying on code. This is not about staying on code. This is the fact.
We know he was blackballed, nigga. That's the fact.
We're not saying he's not. We already said that first 5 minutes.
So what are you talking about?
We said he is.
You saying about the facts about Deion. What did Deion got to do with his son? If you go...
Okay, next topic. This nigga's crazy. Next topic.
If you go on a press run about his son, what the fuck did that got to do with
next
Shedeur?
topic. This niggas just don't get it.
Wait,
topic.
one thing is, I don't think that Shedeur Sanders is the first player in the NFL that's had, I don't even want to say an attitude issue, but things outside of his play that have affected where he's gotten picked in the NFL draft.
Name another one.
I was gonna say.
I just think that
name
it's because
another one.
I was gonna say. No. Hold on. Johnny Manziel. He came in with a lot of drama and things like that, and they all went to. What I'm saying was this: they're going to Cleveland. at the end of the day, Cleveland needs all the help they can get, bro. That's not even a franchise people even root for like that. They're in their division. They're not even the most liked in there. I mean, Cincinnati got Joe Burrow, and now they went above them. Pittsburgh and Baltimore been running that division for the longest. So Cleveland needs some type of hype about them. So the fact that Shedeur is there is going to bring more attention to their team because not like that. Nobody's checking for them. Nobody's looking for
the attention is cool, but we know
What I'm
Cleveland
saying-
is a
What is the
track.
point? What is the point? Like, let's land the point. Let's go to the next topic. What's
I'm
the
gonna say
overall
this.
point?
Shedeur for Cleveland, that's gonna give them more primetime games. That it's gonna be more attraction to their franchise.
That never was an argument. We all in agreement. Wherever he goes, tickets are sales. The whole debate was why this happened to him. It wasn't what we agree or disagree with. We're analyzing reasons why this happened.
I think the
And
point.
given the
Yeah, go ahead.
reason is not agreement. We're in agreement. He got blackballed. We're in agreement. The NFL owners colluded to humble him. That's how his
Y'all-
number got leaked.
y'all
We're in
just-
agreement.
Y'all just super fans arguing with people who
Bro,
are objective.
I ain't no super fans. Y'all just trying to sound too.
Y'all in your
love
fucking
Shedeur.
feelings.
You
Y'all
love
just be trying to
Shedeur.
sound too.
Y'all
fucking
in y'all
smart.
feelings.
Hey, listen, let me
I'm
say
not
this.
in nothing,
This
nigga.
is
Y'all
why
in
Y'all
y'all
be trying to
feelings.
sound too smart for the damn fans, and that's it, nigga. Yeah, we know what the
I
fuck
support
going
that.
on. This and this and that.
Logic over emotions, bro.
Well,
You was screaming, talking about
Logic's over
logic over emotions. Nigga, you
emotions.
y'all just
screaming,
both
nigga.
turned up today because you came in hot.
Yeah,
I
We
didn't come
get
in
it.
nothing,
We
nigga.
get it.
Okay,
you Ruckus, you against every black nigga in this motherfucker. Nigga,
listen,
shut the fuck up.
let me just
I
say
don't want to
this
hear that
too.
shit,
This
nigga. You gonna
another
get
thing.
any nigga that get on anything, you going against it, nigga.
That's- if you
That's
are-
facts, nigga. Over feelings.
Hey, listen. Also, one
Next
thing people.
subject.
Hold on,
Okay,
wait.
no, next
Kanye
subject.
boys.
Next subject.